Hell, just get through working another 60-hour work week, just about. At least it feels like it. And I come home and I bring up two articles. Both of them on the same topic. I will post the link in the description right there. Both of them explain in detail why I cannot stand these regressive, authoritarian, leftist dipshits. Alright. And I'm not talking about left-leaning libertarians, assuming they're true left-leaning libertarians, assuming they're left-leaning libertarians because they value more left-leaning liberties, because I'm a right-leaning libertarian. I tend to value more right-leaning liberties over left-leaning liberties. Personal opinion. But, anyway, topic of these articles were about Wayne Allyn Root's proposal, assuming this is true, to end the ability to vote for people who are on government assistance programs. Welfare, basically. Programs such as SNAP and, according to this article, people who get prescription contraception via the no copay Obama Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, which I'm sorry, that's a government handout too. But yeah. So basically, what Wayne Allyn Root's proposal, what's got him up in arms so much is that Wayne Allyn Root thinks it's a good idea. And by the way, I agree with Wayne Allyn Root, assuming this article's true, that people on these government assistance programs should not be voting. There's a reason why we don't let 10-year-olds vote now, isn't there? It's because they're still considered children, right? Obviously, they have parents to take care of them or legal guardians to take care of them. Or if things get really bad, make them wards of the state, have orphanages for them. We take care of them because we understand that they're not adults yet and not responsible enough to take care of themselves, which is also why we don't let them vote. They're not responsible enough. But again, most of us grow out of that. You have a significant chunk of the population, however, that does not grow out of that. And they need stuff like WIC, and SNAP, and stuff like that. Section 8, because they weren't responsible enough to go out and get the skills they need, get a job that they could have to take care of themselves. They weren't financially responsible enough to live within their means, and so on and so forth. But yet, it's considered a crime, obviously, by these two authors. And I'm not making this up. At this second one, the alternate.org article, I'll quote this right now. As I write this, the Trump campaign has yet to repudiate Root's proposed unconstitutional rollback of voting rights. Well, I'd ask how it's unconstitutional, but with the authoritarian/regressive left, they don't care what the Constitution actually says. It's what they want. I suppose if somebody wanted to try to take a shot at that, they might suggest the 15th and 19th Amendments, but they'd be wrong. The disqualifier is not their race or gender. The disqualifier is whether or not they're receiving government assistance. So that one, And moreover, the regressive left, the authoritarian left, comes with all sorts of unconstitutional proposals all the damn time. The latest one, the restrictions of free speech, the banning of hate speech, even though the First Amendment clearly states you have a right to freedom of speech, They don't care about what the Constitution says. You know? Second Amendment, prime example. Not only do we have some unconstitutional gun laws on the books, if you actually want to follow the Second Amendment, but there are even more unconstitutional gun laws being proposed. You know, the assault weapons ban, which, by the way, every single one of those rifles up there fits that definition, depending obviously on which one you use, whether you use the 94 one, the California one, or the 2013 proposal by Dan Feinstein. Well, I think the bottom rifle might be legal under the 94 ban, but the rest, not so much. But you see, this is how the regressive authoritarian left works. They only claim something's unconstitutional if it doesn't fit their way. And the Constitution could completely contradict them. They're still going to be up in arms. These same people, when told something's unconstitutional, will either A, pretend that it's not, and perform some mental gymnastic trick, like they do with the Second Amendment all the time. But it says a well-regulated militia. Well, one, dude, you need to look up the definition of well-regulated militia in our founders' times. And two, you need to understand that was a preamble to the Second Amendment. The operative clause is the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. But again, don't expect an authoritarian or regressive leftist to actually use their brain or actually be reasonable on this issue. Which, again, the authors of this article aren't going to be reasonable on this issue either. And everyone's wondering where these SJWs come from. It's this exact same mentality here. You're not able to take care of yourself? Well, that's okay. You should still have adult freedoms. And you should still be able to do stuff that takes responsibility, even though, obviously you have none. This is the very mentality that these people have. So you wonder why you have some entitled little fuck who's either a teenager still in their parents' house or living in a dorm in a college, being irrational, throwing a temper tantrum, wanting to ban free speech, and you wonder where that behavior comes from. It comes from this. It comes from stuff like this. It comes from mentalities like this. All right, y'all take her easy out there. Enjoy the weekend. And an added note I wanted to put on at the end of this for all you people who want to say that I just don't care about the poor downtrodden people who are just down on their luck in their lives and how I'm such a hateful person and all that. Well, guess what? Hillary Clinton don't care about them neither. Neither does Barack Obama. Neither does any other regressive leftist politician. In fact, they care about them even less. They care about their well-being even less than I do. You see, I like to see them get out of that position. I like to see them work their ass off and do something where they're making it on their own in life and not requiring somebody else to take care of them. Barack, Hillary, Bernie, all those people want them to stay at that level. Means they're dependent on government handouts. Means that they can control and manipulate those people. Means that whenever they're promising more government goodies, they bring those people in to vote. Means whenever they make an accusation at Trump or any other Republican candidate, well, that person, that Republican candidate or that Libertarian candidate is going to take away their government goodies, it gets those people out to vote too. You see, they can control those people. And it doesn't matter what other messed up thing people like Barack or Hillary do. As long as people are dependent on those handouts. People like Hillary, you know, Dianne Feinstein, people like that are going to get their votes. And before you go, well, Republicans, start war. Well, guess what? Hillary Clinton voted in favor of the Iraq War. So what's your fucking point? But George Bush and the Iraq War, yeah, well, guess what? Barack Obama got us into Libya. So what's your fucking point? But the Patriot Act, well, Barack Obama signed into law the extension and expansion of the Patriot Act. And by the way, the original Patriot Act was written by none other than his VP, Joseph Biden. So what's your fucking point? Alright, I'm done here. Y'all take her easy now. Have a great night.